Thanks, Cheryl, and welcome everybody to today's presentation, part 3. For those of you who've been on the last 2 previous presentations, I think you'll realize we're starting to get the hang of this thing. So not to mean that we won't potentially have any kind of hiccups or issues, but bear with us, and I'm pretty confident today will go pretty smooth. So before I go ahead and turn the screen and everything over to Paul, I just want to kind of remind everybody on the call, and many of you have seen this before, but for those of you who are new to this presentation series, maybe new to Vitelity or a long-term ELASTIX customer, we just want to remind everybody that what Vitelity does is we do provide the connectivity and the dial tone to your ELASTIX platform, whether that's hosted with someone else or whether it's here with Vitelity. We provide to you the DIDs, and in fact we have the largest local DID footprint in North America, 13,000 plus rate centers currently, and we're ever expanding that footprint. All of our DIDs can be instantly provisioned through our wholesale API or through our award-winning customer portal, and of course we always offer the things that customers want with their DIDs, like SMS, 911, CNAM, 411DA, Libby, etc. And then as the CLEC, we are confident that we can offer you very aggressive wholesale rates. So if you're looking to move to a different provider, challenge us to meet or beat your current provider's pricing. So at this time, I'd like to go ahead and introduce Paul. Paul Estrella is an industrial engineer from Ecuador. He is part of the ELASTIX project as the ELASTIX project manager and training coordinator. Paul also is the chairman of ELASTIX World, which just finished up a couple weeks ago, and author of the book called Call Center Implementation with ELASTIX. So there's Paul right there. And Paul, can you hear me okay?
Yes. Hi, Scott. Thank you. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you for the opportunity to be in this webinar.
Very good.
Yes. Yep. I know that several of your clients use ELASTIX, so I hope we can provide some information of a new stuff we are releasing now.
Perfect. Well, Paul, I'm going to go ahead and transfer it over to you so you can go through your presentation, and I guess we have a demo today too, so I'm pretty excited about that. So you have the stage.
Okay, great. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, I'm showing my screen. Can you please confirm that?
Yeah, I can see it. And everybody else, that you should have a chat client on your GoToWebinar. If you have any questions or if you're having problems seeing or hearing us, please let us know. But if anybody, at least a couple people, can respond that you can hear us and see the screen, that'd be great. Thanks.
Okay, well, thanks, Scott. I'm gonna start my presentation. Well, my name is Paul. As Scott introduced me, I'm I'm one of the project managers in ELASTIX. I've been involved in the project for 8 years. The project has now 10 years. This year, in April of this year, we get 10 years now as a project. And we are now releasing several stuffs that I'm going to show you today. Okay. Well, ELASTIX, as probably many of you know, is a unified communication server. ELASTIX is open source, was released in the year 2006, and we have over 3,400,000 downloads today, and more than 2,000 professionals certified around the world. Okay, ELASTIX includes several modules of communication, from instant messaging, fax server, voice over IP, video conference, and mail server. Okay, at this moment we are on the version 4 of ELASTIX, which is based on CentOS 7, and that also provides more support to new hardware and other things, interesting things such as WebRTC. That is something that we are going to show today. This is a look of the user web GUI, of the new user web GUI. Probably people that are been using ELASTIX for 2 or more years are more used to the GUI of ELASTIX 2.5. But now this is the new GUI of ELASTIX, the new user GUI. So if you are beginning to use ELASTIX 4, probably you recognize this image. Okay, what I'm going to introduce today is ELASTIC Business Edition, which is a layer over ELASTIX. It's not a separate distro, actually. It's an add-on that you can install on your current ELASTIX. And what is ELASTIC Business Edition? ELASTIC Business Edition is an application that you add to your current ELASTIX community version, and that adds several features such as embedded web font that you can see here on the right side of a screen. That includes not just audio, but other things that we are going to show today. Okay, so ELASTIC Edition is available for any standard implementation of ELASTIX 4. Okay, from August of this year. Okay, what do we have with Business Edition as a benefit? Well, remember that ELASTIX is an open source distribution, so there is no licensing regarding users. Okay, you can have 1 or 10 or 100 users using ELASTIX in your internal organization, and you don't have to pay a license for that. Okay. What we're trying to do with the ELASTIC Business Edition is trying to add a more professional layer so users can start connecting everywhere. Okay, one of the benefits we have is a technology differentiator. We have presence, we have chat, we have notifications included in the web form GUI that you just saw a few minutes ago. Another benefit in terms of costs is that at some point you will be saving some money on the IP phones. What this means is that if you use ELASTIC Business Edition, you can start using the web phone on your computer instead of having a physical IP phone. Okay, so for example, if you're new to VoIP and you're doing an implementation now and you're migrating from old telephony and you have 20 users, you can avoid to do a complete implementation with phones. You can probably get just 25% of phones, and the rest of users can start using the audio through their browsers. Okay, which is interesting because the cost of migrating to new technology is reduced compared with the previous years. Okay, another interesting benefit in terms of cost is that you can add mobility. You don't need to have a physical phone in another place in the world, because you can have access to a browser in several operating systems. You can use it on Mac, you can use it on Linux, you can use it on Windows. As soon as you have a browser that supports WebRTC, for example, Chrome, Google Chrome, or Firefox, you can start using the ELASTIC web font embedded on the GUI. Okay, we have also more communication channels. That is something that I'm going to show you later, but it's something that we're adding to ELASTIC Business Edition, something that involves the connection with users through the company webpage. Okay, that is something that we will see later, and we call it live chat. What's on our roadmap in terms of Business Edition? We just released video calls 2 weeks ago in ELASTIC World, but it's not added yet. It's on a beta version, but it will be added prior to the end of this month of November. Another thing we're adding is emoticons and file sharing through the embedded chat zip box that the web phone has. Okay, this is something that I was telling you about another communication channel. With Business Edition, we're adding this layer of contact with the end user. You can add a code on an HTML code on your web page, and you can get a channel window, a chat window here on the web page, and end users or clients that gets to your web page can start chatting with internal agents that are using ELASTIC's Business Edition. Okay, right now we are supporting chat through zip, but at some point we are going to add audio and video as well. So an end user that contacts your company through your web page can start doing calls right away if they are using, of course, a supported browser with WebRTC. This is how we embed the functionality of live chat. This is the code that Elastic Business Edition gives. So you can copy this and put on any web page, and you can start using the live chat right away and start attending clients directly. Another important functionality that we added with the Elastic Business Edition is something that we call supercharged contacts, which is a module that adds synchronization with Google Contacts and also MailChimp. Okay, and it's independently. For example, if you have 3 or 4 persons that wants to add synchronization with Google Contacts, they can do it directly as a user. They don't need to load that on the server. Okay, this is how we synchronize this. And it's basically how it works is in this way. You can start adding your contacts to your Google account or to your MailChimp account, especially people who is attending events normally, and they want to promote the services to these new clients, and they just have to add that on their user on the smartphone, and then synchronize with Elastic's Business Edition, okay, and start calling these new contacts right away. Another important functionality that we added with Elastic Business Edition is integration with LDAP. You can, if you have a server with LDAP, you can add that information to Elastic Business Edition, and Elastic Business Edition will synchronize with this functionality. This is a picture of two weeks ago in Buenos Aires, Argentina, where we performed the 7th edition of Elastic's World. Here you can see that we released live. We made a live demo of a video call there to the audience, and we expect to have video calls ready for prior the end of this month. I'm going to do a little demo here so you can see what is actually Elastic's Business Edition and what it involves, okay? So let's go here. This is the interface of ELASTIX. I'm a user here, okay? As you can see, this is a normal interface when you get into ELASTIX as a user. Okay, I have an agenda here, the calendar. I have other things such as the configuration of my extension, stuff like that, okay? But the important thing that we want to see is here is the web phone that you can, you click here and the web phone will appear. Okay, what this web phone has is the following. Well, we have several things here on the web phone. The regular things such as a dial button and a history button, but we have all other things as well that are embedded here that current hardware phones doesn't have. For example, we have chat through SIP, okay, and we have the contact list, internal contact list of users. As you can see, these users are users that are either logged in or registered with an IP phone. Okay, and we can start doing calls right away here. Okay, or chat if you want, or chat if you prefer. For example, let's chat with Ricardo. This is something that is integrated. Okay, as you can see, Ricardo is there. He sent me a message, and the browser sent me a notification here. Okay, so it's really okay because if I'm, for example, working on another web page, I can receive notifications and go right away to the chat set. Okay, let's call Ricardo. Okay, I'm gonna call him. Hello.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Fine. What time is there at this moment?
It's two and a half.
In the afternoon, right?
Yeah, in the afternoon.
Okay. How's the weather?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a little bit cloudy today, a little bit cold, but it's okay.
Okay, great. Great. Thank you very much. And I will
Oh,
be sending you a message
oh,
with a
it's okay, Paul.
chat sheet. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Well, where is Ricardo? Ricardo is in Buenos Aires. I'm going to show you a little image I prepared for today. Ricardo is in Buenos Aires. I'm in Guayaquil, Ecuador, and Scott and Cheryl are in Englewood, Colorado. And of course, there are several people around the world, as you can see. But this is the interesting thing about Elastic Business Edition. The mobility is not something to do that, but we have more liberty because everything is done by web using the features that WebRTC provides to VoIP. Okay, so it's very interesting that we can start using, or we can start calling from any operating system in any supported browser. Another thing I wanted to show you is the support with LDAP. Okay, here you can see the users, but let's say I want to search for a user that is on the LDAP server. Okay, let's look for Alfredo. Okay, when I start writing the name Alfredo, you can see that we have other information as well here. There's information that we get it from the LDAP. Here's, as you can see, here's the phone number of Alfredo is 098-489-1141. Is a number that is not an internal user, is an external user. So here's how we can call them using LDAP. Another interesting thing here is that we have presence. So let's say I'm unavailable. I'm on a webinar. just chat messages. Okay. And now, no, let's do not disturb is better, I guess. Okay. So, well, yes, ELASTIX Business Edition supports presence, as I told you earlier, and chat as well, and of course audio calls. And at some point in this month, we will support video to all the users. Okay. Here's the list, the history list, of course. I called Ricardo today, minutes earlier, this webinar to tell him that we were going to have a conversation. I have another person here called Veronica Machado. She's in Uruguay. Let me call her to see if he's available, okay?
Hola.
Hello, Veronica.
Hola.
Hey, how are
Hello,
you?
how are
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you perfectly.
Okay, what time is there in Montevideo?
It's 2:22.
Okay, great. How's the weather?
Very bad, very windy, very cold.
Okay, great. Thank you for getting the call. I will call you later, okay?
Okay, my pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye. So, well, that is ELASTIX Business Edition, and let me get through the presentation again. We're going to add video calls, as I mentioned. We're also going to add SMS sending with some popular providers in the US very soon. And we're going to release live chat as well, so you can start chatting with the end users that are contacting you through the web page. Okay. Well, I think the most interesting thing to show today was the web phone, the metal web phone. Maybe we can pass to questions, but which is I think that the most important thing here about ELASTIX.
Awesome. Well, hey, Paul, that was very interesting, and that's a pretty cool product you got there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the presentation back to me, and then we're going to go ahead and open up question and answers. So if you have questions for Paul and ELASTIX in general as a platform or the business edition, go ahead and type them into your client right now, and I'll read them off so Paul can respond to them. So give me 1 second. All right. Haven't seen a question come through yet. Paul, I did get your question. I will actually give you a call after this presentation, and we'll talk about that. So that was
yes. Maybe
Paul.
you have questions about ELASTIX Business Edition as well. So
yeah. Okay. Perfect. Any questions? Anybody? Okay. Well. Not seeing any questions come through, Paul, so I guess, well, hold on here. Now they're starting to come through. Maybe I just had to give people a little bit of time to type. I'm not a fast typer, so I appreciate that. So first question from Luis is there an AMI in AWS, which I assume is Amazon Web Services, for this?
No, we are not creating an image for that, if that is the question. There are several users that have been doing that, but if you're interested, you can contact me to see if we can develop a project for you.
Okay, great. Okay, next question. This one is from Brent. How are the multiple locations connected? Is there a centrally located server, or does each location have its own ELASTIX server?
Okay. Maybe he refers to the demo, right? Can you ask him?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Is he referring to the demo I made with calling two people
Yep.
in different locations?
Yeah, I would assume that that's just assume
Okay,
that's
yeah,
the question.
let's assume that. Okay, the interface you saw minutes ago is PBX from our company. Actually, you were looking at the PBX that what we use at Palo Santo Solutions in the ELASTIX project. Is the PBX that we use to talk with our clients, to our partners, etc. Me personally, I'm not using a hard phone anymore. I'm using ELASTIX Business Edition, the web phone of ELASTIX Business Edition, because in terms of functionality, it's better for us because we do everything through web, and we can add a specific security features that can allows us to use ELASTIX Business Edition without being through a firewall or a VPN. Okay, which is something interesting because, as you know, people is starting to use several layers of security solutions to avoid problems with the intruders. Okay, regarding the multiple locations, they are just users. This server is located in Ecuador with an internet connection, of course, and Ricardo, who is in Buenos Aires and Argentina, and Veronica, who is in Montevideo, Uruguay, they have a user on our platform, and they just go to Firefox, log into the web view of ELASTIX, which is located in Ecuador, and they have their web phone ready to talk. Okay, so it is centralized because, of course, I'm the person who manages the PBX. But if you want to add other PBX, for example, Veronica can deploy her own PBX on Uruguay, and we can connect both PBX through EAX or SIP with a specific channel. Okay, but it's not that is probably something more advanced. Okay, the basic thing here is that everything is on our Ecuadorian PBX server, and users are located around the world and logged into ELASTIX through their browsers. Does that answer the question?
Waiting for a response. While we're waiting to get back on that one, this is a question from Bruce. He's asking, where is your server located for voice calls, and what configuration do you recommend for calls halfway around the world?
Where as I mentioned, my server is in Ecuador. My recommendation is, well, how we used to work till today is, or how we are working now, is we close everything to any outside registration attempt. Okay, this means that we don't allow external registration from users unless we know the IP. If it has a fixed IP, better. That is the same thing that we do with our SIV trunk provider. Okay, we only allow their IP to be connected with our server. Okay, that is how we work in ELASTIX. But in the case of the WebRTC users, the people that are using the web phone of ELASTIX Business Edition, they don't have to be restricted with the IP. Actually, they can log anywhere around the world because all the connection is through a browser, and we can control the access on that side. The rest of connections are filtered through IP or using a VPN.
Okay, great. I hope that answered that question there for you, Bruce. Luis asks, exposing this to the internet must be difficult to secure, and what are the recommendations and what did they use in their deployment? So it sounds like you may have covered some of that, but.
Yes, we try to close any connection attempt from outside. What you saw is only connection through web, okay? And regarding that, what we try to do is a strong login credential to our users, but everything in the back is protected. Several ports are restricted, and as I mentioned, we only have access, or we only provide access to known IPs, okay? Or we also have a VPN on the top to allow certain users that have VPN features on their phones, okay? That's how we work actually in ELASTIX. We don't allow external registration, just known registration. A VPN is something that is very common, at least in Latin America. It's something that is very common now. Several integrators are deploying VPNs over ELASTIX, and there are several phones now that support OpenVPN and other types of registration in VPN solutions.
Okay, great. Next question, what about the server configuration for the latency of voice calls?
I don't have that information with me, but if you send me an email, I can provide you that information from our support department, who is in charge of this particular server. Okay,
great. And Bruce, if you have Paul's contact information, it should have been on the screen. If not, email me, and I'll be sure to get that on to Paul and get you a response to that. So, and my email is scottin@vitelity.com. Okay. I don't see any new questions coming in. Anybody else have any further questions? If not, we'll go ahead and start the wrap up. You definitely want to stay tuned for a few more minutes. She'll have some important kind of follow-up items about this presentation and the contest. So basically, if we're all done with the questions, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Cheryl. So just 1 second.
Thank you, Scott. Well, I don't know about you guys out there, but that was one heck of a presentation in my book. Nice to see behind the scenes to that level of detail. Okay, we're going to talk about very quickly our special promotion for today's attendees. Very similar to our last two promotions. Order an ELASTIX virtual server before November 9th and receive special pricing of $24.95 a month plus the $29.99 setup fee. And now this is kind of, I think, what everybody's been waiting for, is announcing the winners of the smartwatches from Part 1 free PBX webinar. Ben Navron. Navon, I'm being told. Ben Navon. And then Part 2, which was incredible PBX webinar, and that is Jose Morales. And if you happen to be on the call today, gentlemen, we'll be in touch with you and get your address so we can mail those watches out to you. And then we're announcing today our fourth and right now final part to our series. And we're going to be talking with some of our own Vitelity private label unified communications as a service powered by Atlas with Jamie O'Donnell, sales manager for Envoy. And I received an email while we were in session here and have confirmed that we are having that presentation on November 30th, which is a Wednesday, same time as we've been doing them, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time to noon Mountain Standard Time. So you'll be receiving some information about that probably tomorrow when we send out a follow-up email. And then our last screen there, you can see our contact information. And please do note that carriersales@vitelity.com. The sales team would love to hear from you. You can reach out to me and then I'll forward it to them, but you can use that information to contact them directly. And then last point, we now have our part 1 and part 2 presentations on our new YouTube channel. And when we have this part 3, I'll edit it and ready to go. We will post that in the same place on the new YouTube channel, and you can see the address there. So Paul, thank you. Great presentation. And thank you everyone for attending today's webinar. If you would like more information about our PBX options or have additional questions, please contact us at carriersales@vitelity.com. On behalf of Vitelity, thank you for joining us today and have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, Cheryl, for inviting me. And
yes, Paul. Thank you.
And well, thank you to all the audience. And if you need more information about Elastic Business Edition, please contact Scott or Cheryl about the plans that we have now. Any user of Elastic that is using Elastic 4 can install Elastic Business Edition right away.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Have a good day, everyone.
Okay, bye.